Alone from night to night you'll find me, too weak to break the chains that bind me. I need no shackles to remind me I'm just a prisoner of love. I used to sing in nightclubs and dance. Loved it. I still do. Most musicians, classical or whatever, jazz, there's a message in their music. And I used to dance. I could dance. In fact, there wasn't many girls that could do the splits at that time. Well, I could tap dance and do the splits. There was this little nightclub. Back then, nightclubs for white, they would have pictures out in front. The girl that I've traveled with the nightclub was a big, fat girl. She had a beautiful voice, and I remember we became acquainted as children in junior high school. I remember we were some very wealthy people used to come in there almost every night, and they very wealthy people, because nothing but rich came up there in the summertime. And I remember this man always wanted me to sing Prisoner of Love. Being black, there was a discrimination. My history, not only black, but I'm a mixture of everything. There's a lot of Indian. I can't truthfully tell you which tribe it was. My mother was a small woman, sweet as she could be. Back then, everybody looked after one another. Think about how she taught me I used to love molasses cake with whipped cream. She taught me to make my first molasses cake. He was known by the Indians as Jumbo, because he was so strong. People would need something that needed to be hauled out or something, and he had two of his favorite horses who he had trained. He would set my sister and I on top of this, one on one horse and the other on the other, and take us to school, a little old country school. Indians all knew him. We lived in the country and we were very poor. We lived in a place where there were nothing but Indians, because Indians could not go anywhere. They were just like the blacks, were discriminated against. My father's uncle moved us up here. He himself had a trucking business. He also was a moonshine. He sold moonshine. And I met Harriet Tubman, and I met her one time because the friends of mine that lived in Battle Creek was telling me about that there was Harriet. And one time, this friend of mine took me to her home, and I did remember meeting her. What has been carried me through life, all of my life, it's been songs that I used to sing when I was singing in nightclubs.
I'm just a prisoner. Don't let me be a prisoner. You made me a prisoner.
For one command I stand and wait now, for one who's master of my fate now. I can't escape, for it's too late now. I'm just a prisoner of God's love.